Welcome! If you've ever wondered what finance really means, or how money flows through your life, businesses, and governments, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll break down the basics of finance step by step, from managing your personal money to understanding how companies and countries handle their finances. No jargon, no confusion, just clear, simple explanations to help you get confident with money and financial decisions. Let's get started.
What is finance? Why should we care about finance? Because finance controls how money moves through your life, business, and society. Whether you're saving for school, buying a car, starting a company, or building roads in a country, finance is the system that makes it all possible. Summary of what will be explained. We'll go deep into the definition of finance and explore the three major types. 1. Personal finance. How individuals manage their money. 2. Corporate finance. How businesses make financial decisions. 3. Public finance. How governments collect and spend money. What is finance? Finance is not just about money, it's about decision-making involving money. It helps answer questions like, how much should I save? Should this company invest in a new product? How should a country pay for its healthcare system? Let's break down the three main types. 1. Personal finance. Why does personal finance matter? Because it directly affects your daily life and future. Managing your money wisely means you'll have enough for emergencies, dreams, and retirement. Summary of topics. We'll explore the components of personal finance. Budgeting, saving, investing, borrowing, retirement planning, insurance. A. Budgeting means planning how you will spend and save your money. It's like creating a roadmap for your income and expenses. You track what money is coming in, salary, side gigs. Then you decide where it goes, rent, food, bills, savings. The goal is to avoid overspending and reach your goals. Example, you earn $2,000 a month. You plan to spend $500 on rent, $300 on food, $100 on transportation, and save $400. That's budgeting. B. Saving is setting aside money for future use. It helps with emergencies and large future expenses like travel or a car. Emergency funds are usually 36 months of expenses. Savings accounts are low risk but low reward. It's the foundation of financial stability. C. Investing means putting money into things that can grow over time. Stocks, real estate, mutual funds. You take some risk hoping to earn returns. It's how wealth grows in the long term. You invest for retirement, major purchases, or financial freedom. D. Borrowing. Borrowing involves taking money, a loan, that you promise to pay back later, usually with interest. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages. Useful when you don't have enough cash. Dangerous if overused or mismanaged. E. Retirement planning. Retirement planning ensures you have money when you stop working. You contribute to retirement accounts like 401k, IRA. Employers sometimes match your savings. The earlier you start, the more it grows due to compound interest. F. Insurance. Insurance protects you from unexpected financial losses. Car crash, illness, fire. You pay small monthly premiums. The insurance company covers big expenses if something bad happens. It's a safety net. Summary of personal finance. Personal finance is how you manage your income, expenses, savings, and risks to live well now and in the future. 2. Corporate finance. Why does corporate finance matter? Because it determines how companies operate, grow, and make profits. It affects jobs, products, and investments in the economy. Summary of topics. We'll go into how companies raise money, how they invest and spend it, managing profits and risks. A. Capital raising. Companies need money to start or grow. They raise funds through equity, selling shares, ownership to investors. Debt. Borrowing money via loans or bonds. Each has pros and cons. Equity gives up control. Debt must be repaid with interest. B. Capital investment companies invest in things like factories, research, and new products. They analyze return on investment, ROI, Will this project make more money than it costs? Good investment decisions help businesses grow. C. Financial management. Once companies have money, they need to manage it. Keeping enough cash on hand, paying employees and suppliers, making profit, and paying dividends to shareholders. They also track performance through financial statements like balance sheets and income statements. D. Risk management. Companies face risks, economic changes, lawsuits, competitors. They use insurance, hedging, and diversification to reduce risks. The goal is stability and survival through tough times. Summary of corporate finance. Corporate finance is about how businesses make financial decisions to raise money, invest wisely, and stay profitable while managing risk. 3. Public finance. Why does public finance matter? Because it affects everything from education and healthcare to roads and defense. Governments use finance to provide services and guide the economy. Summary of topics. Well, look at how governments collect money, how they spend it, how they manage debt. A. Revenue collection. Governments collect money mainly through taxes, income tax, sales tax, property tax, fees and charges, licenses, fines, sometimes borrowing through bonds. B. Government spending. Spending goes to infrastructure, roads, bridges, public services, schools, hospitals, police, social programs, pensions, unemployment. They must balance spending with income. Overspending causes debt. C. Debt management. Governments often run deficits, spending more than they earn. They borrow money by issuing government bonds. If debt gets too high, it can hurt the economy. They must plan budgets carefully. Summary of public finance. Public finance is about how governments raise and spend money to support the public, stimulate the economy, and manage debt responsibly. How finance works. The system itself. How finance works. Why should we understand how finance works? Because finance is not just about money itself, it's about how money moves, who controls that movement, and how people and systems make decisions about it. Whether you're a student, entrepreneur, employee, or policymaker, understanding how finance operates helps you navigate the real world more wisely. Summary of what will be explained well. Now explore the core mechanics behind finance, including 1. How money moves from savers to borrowers. 2. The role of banks and financial institutions. 3. What financial markets are and how they function. 4. How interest and returns work. 5. How risks are managed in finance. These elements are the plumbing system of the financial world. They make everything flow. 1. Flow of money. Savers to borrowers. What is this about? At its core, finance is the transfer of money from people who have it, savers, investors, to people or entities that need it, borrowers, businesses, governments. Deep dive. Imagine this. You have 1,000 sitting in your bank account. You're not using it right now, but someone else, a startup founder, a home buyer, a government, needs that money to invest or spend. You become a saver or investor. They become borrowers. Finance connects you. The system allows you to earn interest on your money, others to access funds for productive use, the economy to grow efficiently. Without this flow, businesses couldn't grow, and people couldn't buy homes or start companies. 2. Banks and financial institutions. What is this about? Banks and financial institutions are the bridges between savers and borrowers. Deep dive. Banks, credit unions, insurance companies, and investment firms facilitate the movement of money. Here's what they do. Accept deposits, savings accounts, checking, lend money to others, loans, mortgages, charge interest on loans, and pay you interest on savings. Profit from the difference, called the spread. Banks are trusted because they're regulated and insured. They also help individuals and businesses manage their money more securely than storing cash under a mattress. Other institutions include investment banks, help companies raise money, mutual funds, pool money from investors, insurance companies, protect against financial loss, pension funds, manage retirement savings. 3. Financial markets. What is this about? Financial markets are places or platforms where people and institutions can buy and sell financial assets like stocks, bonds, currencies, and commodities. Deep dive. There are different types of financial markets. Stock markets, e.g., NYSE, NASDAQ. Companies sell shares to raise money. Investors buy shares to own a part of the company. Bond markets. Governments and companies borrow money by issuing bonds. Buyers earn interest. Foreign exchange markets, Forex. Trade currencies like dollars, euros, yen. Commodities markets. Trade physical goods like gold, oil, wheat. These markets help allocate capital where it's needed, give investors opportunities to grow wealth, allow companies and governments to raise funds. Without these markets, it would be much harder to fund projects or invest for the future. 4. Interest and returns. What is this about? Finance involves incentives for lending or investing. These incentives come in the form of interest for lending or returns for investing. Deep dive interest is the price of borrowing money. If you take a loan, you pay interest. If you deposit money, you earn it. Example: you borrow 1,000 at 5 interest. You repay 1,050. Returns are the profit you earn from investing. Example: you invest 1,000 in stocks and earn 10 return. Your investment grows to 1,100. The higher the risk, the higher the potential return. That's a key rule in finance. Safe investments, like savings accounts, have low returns. Risky ones, like startups, might offer big gains or losses. 5. Risk management. What is this about? Finance is full of uncertainty. Prices can fall, companies can fail, economies can collapse. So managing risk is crucial. Deep dive. There are several ways to manage risk. Insurance. You pay a small fee, premium, to be protected from big losses, e.g., health, car, life. Diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Invest in multiple things to reduce the chance of losing everything. Hedging. Using financial instruments, like options, to offset potential losses. Emergency funds. Saving money for unpredictable events. Good finance always weighs risk versus reward. Recapped in sentence format. Not a table. Finance is the process of managing money and making decisions about how it's used, saved, borrowed, or invested. There are 3 main types of finance. Personal finance, which is how individuals handle their money. Corporate finance, which involves how companies raise and spend capital to grow. And public finance, which refers to how governments collect taxes and spend funds for the public good. Finance works by moving money from savers to borrowers, typically through financial institutions like banks. These banks and other institutions facilitate financial activity by offering services such as loans, investments, and insurance. Financial markets allow the buying and selling of assets like stocks and bonds, enabling businesses to grow and investors to earn money. Interest and returns are the incentives that keep this system going, and risk management helps protect individuals and organizations from financial losses.
Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to check out my video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Your support means the world to me and helps the channel grow. Stay tuned for more videos, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. See you in the next one.